Don't use ChatGPT for SEO blog content on your website. So I'm going to tell you in this video why exactly I'm saying that. Okay, the content that ChatGPT writes is actually pretty good. It's not bad. But there's so many other aspects to SEO and ranking on Google that you need to think about that just the blog post alone will not cut it. Okay, so here is an article from ChatGPT. Write a blog post called "Which Broccoli Seeds Are Best for Sprouting." This is just an example blog post, right? But you can see the content is pretty good. I mean, they have definitely improved. It's not that deep, it's not that thorough, right? I wouldn't say so. But it's okay. It's not bad. One thing you need to think about though is like I just typed that in and got that for free in 10 seconds, right? If everybody can do that, then like how is your blog post going to be any better than anybody else's, right? Because it is a competition. SEO is a zero sum game. Okay, you want to get to number one. If you're number one, somebody else can't be number one, and vice versa. So how do you create a piece of content that's going to rank in Google or ChatGPT or something like that? Well, it's actually a bit more complicated than that. So I use a tool called Arvow. It's a specialized tool for actually creating SEO content and doing everything, automating all of the parts away from SEO that you need to do, apart from the blog post, which it also writes the blog post for you, which is better quality than what you get from ChatGPT. If you do want to sign up for this tool, I'll leave a link down in the first comment, and also you can use the code Connor10. I'll leave that in the first comment too, and you get a 10% discount, right? So this is the content that you get, right? If you think about it, SEO is like the blog post, right? And then next up, we have the featured image. You can see it's just there. You've got a meta description, right? And one thing you can do with all of this is just publish directly to your website, right? So you can just set it up one time, and then anytime you want to publish your article, you just press publish article, and this will be formatted correctly for your website, so you don't have to do that. You can also turn on a blog automation, right? In this case, it will just automate, publish 3 blog posts per day or whatever you think is necessary to outrank your competitors. So let's see what else is important here. If you do need some SEO training, there's some training in the academy. The Arvow Academy that I recommend is really good. And if you look here, there's actually an external link. That's really important for SEO as well, so that Google knows that you're getting this content, this information from external sources it trusts. If you send it to a trusted website, then it will actually get you, extra bonus SEO points. It's got all these things that make it easier to read, little quotes, right? And I just added this placeholder image, so you can actually add images and videos, right? So if you look here, if you just press this, you can create the alt text, right? Super important for images. But first of all, what we can do is actually change the image or actually add an image, right? So this is going to actually take into context the whole article and then give you an extra, a good image, right? So I can just type in broccoli seeds here and search the images, right? So in this case, there's not really anything good there. So I'll just go for broccoli. So you can actually quickly just choose the right image for you, right? And if it doesn't have anything, right, in this case, there's no search. This is connected to like Unsplash, one of those stock libraries. So you don't have to go out and do that work. So all of the manual work of going out and doing this step, this step, this step is being done by this tool, right? Okay, so we have broccoli here, so I could add this one into my image, right? So now I have an image right there, and then I can just do the alt text and I can just press generate, right? So in this case, everything is just thought of so that it's like AI is just doing all of the tasks for you, right? That you want to change. So for example, in this one, I want to change this because it looks a bit strange, right? Okay, so I can just put in my prompt, right? And just click my generate my image. Okay, and now I actually got an AI image that is just perfect, right? That's exactly what I need, right? For my tool, and I have now an alt description. So if you think about everything that's involved in SEO is actually done for you here, and there's also other further tools. So you can also use the AI assistant here to actually help you write the articles. You should always have some idea what you're talking about, right? You can't expect AI to do everything right. In this case, I'm just doing an example, but like you can ask, you can ask AI to change this, to add keywords if you want extra keywords or links, right? So it's always a good idea to have those human eyes on the content first, right? So you can try these quick prompts down here. So say improve SEO, for example. Okay, so I've gotten some suggestions here that I can actually use to help improve my SEO with these keyword rich phrases. Okay, so really good. You can just add and accept them if you want to make changes, right? Okay, so I mentioned about integrations, right? I think this is one of the best features, right? You can actually integrate with your website, right? If it's on WordPress, it's quite easy to do. You just use this access key, it's in the user. But anyway, you can follow this. Very, very easy to do. It takes like 5 seconds to do, right? And if you have a custom developer for your website, then you can just actually use the webhook here. They will know all about that, right? Depending on where your website is hosted. Something else that you can do is actually add a knowledge base, right? So if your company or whatever is, in this case, ChatGPT is not going to know anything about your company, right? So it's a good idea to add a knowledge base with all the information about who works at your company, all of that, so it doesn't have to repeat. If you're creating content, then you can just add that stuff into the content that you want, right? You can also do social media syndication, so it will take the blog post and post out to all your social medias, right? And there's also an AI SEO agent, right? So this actually goes out and makes changes on your website, makes suggestions for your website, and it will do things based on that, right? So all the important stuff for SEO. So if you think about it, what you get from ChatGPT is just, basic stuff, is like the article, right? But there's a lot more to SEO than that. So why wouldn't you take advantage of all these tools? Like, this will save you so much time, right? Because if you want to see success in SEO, my experience has shown that I publish like 3 blog posts every single day, right? Every single day, 3 blog posts, right? And it's a lot of work to actually do all this extra SEO stuff on top, right, of trying to create 3 blog posts and run your business, obviously. So if you're running a small business or you're an entrepreneur or something, it's a great idea just to do this quickly, right? And then SEO is done, right? Because SEO, you could spend 30 minutes per day doing what I'm saying, just publish 3 blog posts per day, right? And I had like 12, 15 million people to my websites. So it does work, I promise you. So you might as well use a tool like this to save you a ton of time, so that you can work on your business, right? Because you could be doing this for 30 minutes. That's SEO done for the day. Spend an hour making videos, right, for your social medias, and then obviously run the rest of your business. So like, if it's like an hour and a half on your marketing, you can get a ton of work done. And you should be looking for AI and automation for every single aspect of your business. And this tool, Arvow, is the way to do it for SEO. That's it for this video. If you want to know more about this AI SEO agent, well, I'll link a video to it above.